There's only one thing I know about life. I know some things happen by chance. And some things happen because we make them happen.
You're safe now.
Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Jesse Swift with the FanSplash podcast. That's not the right attire. Hang on. Hey guys, gotta have the signature beanie. What's going on? So we got another episode of The Flash this week. This is Flash episode 3 titled Magenta, starring, as usual, Grant Gustin and everybody else, but we have Joey King guest starring. I believe that's her name. And you might notice that she has one of those really recognizable faces, but you can't quite place it. Well, she did a voice of the China doll in The Great and Powerful Oz. And then she's kind of been in a couple shows here and there. If you look up her IMDb page, you can look up all that stuff. So, this episode is usually what us Flash fans would consider a filler episode, because we had a villain that didn't really push the plot anywhere. However, what this show does expertly is when you have something that should be a filler episode, everything else around the villain, like not including the villain, matters. Everything else moves forward. We get character development with Wally West. We get character development with Flash and Iris. Finally, they stop blue-balling us and the relationship is actually happening and moving forward. We get even more of, I think his name's Tom Felton, Malfoy's character. And then episode kicks off with a portal opening up and Harrison Wells and his daughter Jessie come jumping out of the portal. And guess what? We got another speedster. So I gotta tell you, I'll be the first person that anytime they introduce a new speedster, whether it be the Rival, Reverse Flash, Zoom, whatever, it's a big sigh. It's like, isn't there another power that can complement, Flash or join the team, whatever? Like when Firestorm was part of the Flash show, I thought that was really cool, and I would like to see more of that. But that aside, we get to realize that the timeline altering didn't really affect Earth 2; it only affected Earth 1, and so there's they got a speed lab and a few changes there. And most of this episode, we get to kind of, what's happening with Magenta isn't really all that important, which is good because I think, as well as Joey King's done in some other stuff, her acting was not especially strong here, but most of the villain of the weeks are kind of like that. They just kind of hire people to come in, phone it in, and be background noise for the show, unless they're the main villain. And it's looking like the main villain is probably going to be Dr. Alchemy. At least that's the feeling that I'm getting. And sorry, I'm kind of going all over the place here. I love that the episodes end with the stingers. They do the Flash symbol and then it fades to black and cuts and it's like one last scene. It's like each episode has like an end credit scene leading up the next episode, which I really enjoy that. And again, maybe not as much as the last two episodes, but there's a lot of heartfelt moments, and the show really does the relationship drama well. And my beanie doesn't look good, so screw it. They did a lot with Jessie, and now she has powers that she got from when they were trying to give Barry his powers back in the last season. They did a lot with her and Harrison Wells, and just the dad and daughter relationship. I think the parent to child conversations that they have in this show are just so impactful, and they're not only written phenomenally but acted phenomenally. And Tom Cavanaugh, as always, is a very welcome addition whenever he comes back to the show. So glad to have him here. Hopefully he sticks around. Maybe he wants to be with Barry and the crew now that he's got to watch over his daughter and her powers. I'm going to be honest. I hope after not too long they go back to Earth 2. I don't need another speedster in this mix. If you're going to give me another speedster, let Wally have his powers. Which they're starting to allude to maybe Wally's having dreams about this other timeline, because it seems like people that were affected by the timeline change seem to be getting dreams of their other lives, and Dr. Alchemy is coming to them or vice versa and making these come true. So if Wally realizes that Dr. Alchemy can do that, will he go to him to become Kid Flash? Interesting theory, I think. I shouldn't toot my own horn and say that's interesting. You'll decide if it's an interesting theory or if you agree with me. But lot to really enjoy in this episode. I love what they were doing with exploring the relationship of Barry and Iris and how they really have to embrace the fact that he's the Flash. They can't just ignore it. I mean, he's still Barry Allen, but he can't just be Barry Allen, and they can't have a relationship just with Barry Allen. He has to be both people, and I'm excited. It sounds weird to say, but I'm excited to see that after 2 seasons of will they, won't they, we're finally getting that, no timeline altering, they're in a relationship, and I'm happy to see it. At first, I thought I wasn't going to be a good fit for the first, long while, but I see it now. I like it. I don't miss Patty. Some people might disagree with me, but yeah, I think that's mostly my thoughts for this episode. I thought there was a lot crammed into this episode. It was very well directed, and considering it was just a Villain of the Week episode, well done. I'm looking forward to the next episode. Fuck off. Alright, guys. Well, until next time, may the Speed Force be with you. I'll catch you later.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and keep an eye and an ear out for exciting new content. Be sure to follow us on all the social media sites. Twitter is @TheFansplash. YouTube, just search Fansplash. We've got an open Facebook network, Fansplash Network. Instagram is fan_splash_podcast. SoundCloud.com/fansplash. You can email us, thefansplash@gmail.com, and Reddit @r/fansplash. Title and end credit songs written by Jacob Hall. See you next time.
May the film be with you.